We're counting down the top 10 reset tricks that fix nearly every modern car glitch without touching a wrench or spending a dime. From clearing warning lights with a simple button to restoring smooth shifting in minutes, these free resets can solve issues mechanics charge hundreds to diagnose. But which reset actually explains why 97% of car problems aren't mechanical? Let's kick off the countdown with number 10. Modern cars run on more than 20 computer modules, each talking to the others through a network that is as complex as a small office. Since 2010, these modules control everything from engine timing to the way your radio remembers favorite stations. Most glitches are not broken parts, they are bad data. A low battery or a single sensor hiccup can throw the entire system off, spawning warning lights, rough idle, or even limp mode. In a review of 50 real-world shop cases, nearly all electronic symptoms, like frozen screens, shifting problems, and random codes, were traced to data errors, not hardware failure. That is why resets work for about 97% of these electronic issues. But not every system is safe to reset blindly. Advanced safety and anti-theft modules may require dealer tools and expert handling. When in doubt, always check your manual or consult a professional before trying a reset. Disconnecting the battery is the classic hard reboot for your car's brain. Remove the negative terminal, then wait 10 to 15 minutes. Every control module loses power and clears its short-term memory. This simple step wipes out corrupted fuel trim data, resets idle targets, and forces the transmission to relearn shift logic from scratch. On a 2016 Ford Escape with a persistent lean code, a battery disconnect dropped fuel trims from plus 18% to just 2%, restoring smooth idle and saving the owner $200 in diagnostic fees. The only tool needed is a basic wrench, and the process costs nothing. While you might lose radio presets or clock settings, the payoff is a fresh start for the entire system. Always disconnect the negative cable first and reconnect it last to avoid accidental shorts. For most modern cars, this reset solves rough running and random warning lights in minutes, with no shop visit required. Sometimes a full battery disconnect is overkill. If just one system is acting up, like a frozen infotainment screen, stuck radio, or a glitchy backup camera, a targeted fuse pull is the fastest fix. Every car has a fuse box, often under the dash or in the engine bay, with a map in the owner's manual. By finding the specific fuse for the malfunctioning module and pulling it for 2 minutes, you force a soft reboot without wiping out your radio presets or clock. On a 2016 Ford Fusion, a frozen sync touchscreen was revived this way, sidestepping a $600 dealer quote for a software reflash. Most fuse resets take less than 5 minutes and cost nothing. The trick is knowing which fuse controls what, so always check the manual or fuse diagram before pulling. This method solves stubborn module bugs while keeping your settings and driving habits intact. Throttle and transmission resets, often called the pedal dance, let drivers clear out old adaptive data without tools or a trip to the shop. The process is simple, but it requires careful timing. With the ignition off, press the gas pedal to the floor, cycle the key to run, and hold for a set count, usually 7 to 15 seconds. Each make and model has its own sequence, but most routines take less than 5 minutes. This teaches the car's computer to forget stale throttle and shift habits, restoring crisp acceleration and smoother gear changes. On a 2014 Hyundai Elantra, a sluggish throttle and harsh shifts disappeared after a single relearn, saving the owner $250 at the dealer. These routines work best after clearing codes with an OBD scanner, ensuring the car learns from a clean slate. For most drivers, it's a zero-cost upgrade, just precision and patience required. Plugging in a $20 OBD2 scanner puts the same diagnostic power in your hand that shops charge $75 or more to access. With the key on, the tool reads trouble codes, shows freeze-frame data, and even live fuel trim numbers, which are critical for catching glitches before they become expensive repairs. If a check engine light pops up after a fill-up, like the P0456 small EVAP leak code on a 2018 Camry, the scanner can clear it in seconds. If the code returns after a short drive, something deeper is wrong. If not, it was likely a transient fault, like a loose gas cap. This 3-step method, read, clear, confirm, lets you spot real issues and avoid wiping out valuable adaptation data too soon. For most owners, it is the smartest, cheapest way to separate a true problem from a passing hiccup, all without a trip to the shop. When every soft reset fails and your car remains stuck in limp mode, the full nuclear reset becomes the last resort. This method involves disconnecting the battery and pulling key fuses tied to the main control modules. forcing every system to forget its stored data and start from zero. It is a powerful fix for deep software lockups, but it carries real risk. On a 2016 BMW trapped in limp mode after a throttle fault, softer resets did nothing. Only a nuclear reset, with the battery off and the main engine and body fuses removed for 20 minutes, brought the car back to life, saving the owner a $350 tow and a dealer reflash. But there is a catch. On many modern cars, this full wipe can trigger immobilizer lockout, requiring dealer tools to resync keys or modules. Technical service bulletins warn that a failed reset may leave you stranded, unable to start the car at all. If your vehicle uses a smart key or shows any immobilizer warnings in the manual, stop and get expert help before trying this step. For some cars, a nuclear reset is the ultimate fix. For others, it is a one-way ticket to the flatbed. Tire pressure warning lights are notorious for sticking around even after every tire is properly inflated. On most cars built after 2015, a simple reset can clear that stubborn TPMS light, and no tools or shop visit are required. The process is straightforward. Hold the TPMS reset button, usually found under the dash, until the indicator blinks. Then drive for 5 to 10 minutes at moderate speed. During this drive, the system relearns each sensor's ID and verifies tire pressures. On a 2018 Honda CR-V, this reset erased a persistent warning after a winter tire swap, saving the owner $180 on a sensor replacement. Industry surveys show that TPMS resets fix the issue in over 80% of cases where tires are properly inflated. For most drivers, this quick fix restores confidence and clears the dash, all without risking safety or comfort settings. If the light returns, only then consider checking for a faulty sensor. Climate control glitches can make even a new car feel broken. Vents stuck on hot in summer, cold in winter, or air blowing only from the wrong ducts. These symptoms almost always trace back to the heating, ventilation, and air conditioning blend doors losing their place after a battery change or a voltage drop. Most modern cars, from BMW to Honda, let you force a recalibration with a simple button sequence. Often hold the auto and off buttons together for a few seconds, then let the system run through its full range. The process usually takes less than 2 minutes and is free. On a 2015 BMW 3 Series, a persistent hot air issue after a dead battery was fixed instantly by this reset, saving the owner $90 in diagnostic fees. If your temperature or vent controls start acting up after a service or power loss, this reset is a quick win. No tools, no parts, just restored comfort and a dash free of warning lights. Steering angle sensors and transmission adaptive memory resets play a critical role in how modern cars handle safety and drivability. When the steering angle sensor drifts out of calibration, often after a battery change, alignment, or front-end repair, the car's stability control system can misjudge the direction of travel. This triggers persistent ESP and traction control warnings, and can even cause the system to intervene at the wrong moment. Resetting the sensor starts with parking on level ground, setting the wheels perfectly straight, and verifying with a scan tool that no hidden codes are present. Some models allow a manual reset by turning the wheel lock to lock and centering the wheel, but others, like the 2017 Subaru Outback, require a scan tool and may cost $220 or more at the dealer if the process fails. Transmission adaptive resets clear old shift patterns that lead to harsh or delayed gear changes, especially after repairs or a battery disconnect. Both resets are recognized in ISO 26262 safety standards as essential for restoring full electronic stability and smooth shifting. Skipping these steps risks not just warning lights, but real safety consequences on the road. When a car's battery is replaced or loses power, the one-touch window feature often stops working. Instead of gliding up with a tap, the window may stall halfway or refuse to close automatically. This happens because the window control module forgets its travel limits and disables the auto-up function for safety. Restoring it takes less than 2 minutes and requires no tools. With the ignition on, roll the window all the way down and hold the switch for 3 seconds. Then raise the window fully and hold the switch up for another 3 seconds. This simple hold and release sequence teaches the module the top and bottom positions again. On a 2016 Lexus, a dealer quoted $120 just to recalibrate the driver's window after a battery swap. Owners who followed this reset at home restored full auto function in under 90 seconds. The process is nearly universal. Toyota, Honda, GM, Ford, and most brands use similar steps. It's a quick, risk-free win that keeps you out of the shop and puts control back in your hands. Across all 10 reset tips, one truth stands out. Modern car problems often come down to corrupted data, not broken parts. The real fix is knowledge, not replacement. In today's vehicles, knowing how to reset is as essential as knowing how to drive. Thanks for watching. Drive smarter.